Hello everyone, it is TooAwesome here with another video. Now, I was recommended to watch this show over on my Instagram, at TooAwesome_reviews, through some DMs. Now, this show wasn't on my radar before, and I had no intention of watching it. However, since I was asked to, and it seemed interesting, I did. So if you have any shows you want me to watch, just let me know, because at the very least, it will have a better chance to be talked about than before. But now I get to talk about the show that really surprised me. Without further ado, let's review Shaman King. Shaman King is an adventure and supernatural anime first aired on August 9th of 2021. Now, this isn't to be confused with the 2001 version of the show, which I didn't watch. So, Shaman King 2021 follows our main character, Yoh Asakura, a shaman. Now, shaman are basically these intermediates between the natural and supernatural world. Through this, they are able to do many things, like soul infusion, oversoul, and a lot of other stuff. This takes me over into the power system for the show. Now, the manga was first made back in 1998, so I can't say it draws a lot of inspiration from certain works, but the power system definitely reminds me a lot of Stans from JoJo, Nen from Hunter x Hunter, and the contracts with devils from Chainsaw Man, all sort of wrapped into one. So, shaman in this world can basically use and befriend certain spirits of people and use them in ways, well, it's mostly just combat. Now, the beginning of the show was quite odd, to be honest. Like, it really just got into it, and it was actually super confusing. This had me setting my expectations super low for the show, because I mean, really, what was that intro scene? But to be honest, overall, it was pretty good. It gave me a sort of Pokemon type feel, and it was actually super charming. Watching him go around this neighborhood from his classes, to sitting near rivers, to going around to the graveyard to talk to spirits was really nice. Actually, I kind of wish there was more of that, but the rest of the show is still good. It becomes like this tournament to become the Shaman King, and it's super similar to the Hunter exams from Hunter x Hunter. And from there, it all kinda goes crazy as everyone tries to become a god-like being, otherwise known as the Shaman King. Now, going back to the idea of the shaman, I found it super awesome how it had a connection to real cultures in the world. It really brings the world building to life. Like, I love history, so all that small stuff that connects it together makes it so much better to me. And the spirits themselves actually got some good development as well, which is really nice since they are such a crucial part to the story, but I can definitely see it being overlooked. So it's good to see them actually get developed. And it's not only the spirits who get development, but the whole cast. Surprisingly, I actually liked a lot of the characters. Were some a little cringy? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Ren. However, I still found them all pretty good. Not in like a super developed and deep way, but more in a I had fun with them sort of way. And the Pompadour guy might actually be one of my favorites. He was great, which is crazy to say since at first I thought he was a really bad character, but he grew and developed so much that he quickly rose through the ranks, becoming one of the best characters in my opinion. Plus, I really loved how Native Americans finally got some type of adaptation in anime. I think I've only ever seen us in like one other show, but other than that, it's usually none. So I was really glad to see that we got some sort of role. Another point that I feel like I have to mention, but the music was pretty good, like noticeably good. I sat there watching and was like, wow, this music sounds good. So, you know, that's another plus. Now, I'm really trying to paint a picture here for the show, so you can check it out if you're interested. So I'm gonna keep giving you certain ideas of how certain things feel or compare to other works. Like the spirits in the show kind of feel like Dimple from Mob Psycho 100, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't have issues with the show, and honestly, the biggest thing for me was that I kind of wish it stayed a little more low-key. Now, I know the very fundamental driving factor of this show is to become the Shaman King, and there's nothing low-key about that. However, I kind of wish it was more of a slice of life with a tad of neighborhood action type of anime. As we would go around this town making friends and talking to ghosts, like, that just seems really fun to me. But honestly, I do really like how the show is. It just leaned a little too far into the shonen aspects at times, which makes sense. I mean, this is an early shonen, but it leads itself to having many tropes that could feel cringy at times. Like towards the end, it was a little iffy for me. Same with the character of Ren as a whole, but he definitely fell into the insanity a little bit more as the show progressed. And I have seen this show be dogged like a lot on the internet, but honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Does it suffer for some other bad things? Like, yeah, some of the cuts are weird and some of the pacing is kind of off, but it's nothing that really ruins the show for you. To be honest, I really enjoyed the show. It was super fun to me, and I really think that this is what the God of High School could have been. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If not, I did make a video on it. But anyway, because while typical at times, it stays so likable for me. So I'm gonna give Netflix's Shaman King a 7 out of 10. I found it to be a very fun time. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, look at this graph. Okay. But as always, stay awesome. TooAwesome, thanks for watching.